The same day that Emma Schaefer survived a train derailment in Washington that killed 3 and injured 70, she decided she needed to face her fears and return to the site of the crash. A freshman in dance at Cornish College of Arts in Seattle who was headed home to Law Center, Schaefer came out of the crash relatively unscathed. But the aftermath felt like living in a waking dream, she said, where things are normal yet at the same time not. That's why at 1 p.m. Tuesday, she was in a car with her mother, Angel Otten, 39, driving north through the rain on Interstate 5. Around 7:30 a.m. the previous day, Schaefer was in car 7 of the first train to take passengers along a new route from Seattle to Portland. Schaefer was lying down and sleeping when the train hurtled off an overpass onto I-5 below near DuPont, a town of about 8,000 northeast of Olympia. When the commotion stopped, her car was hanging off the overpass, but Schaefer had managed to brace herself in the seats. Officials said the train was going about 80 mph in a 30 mph zone. The crash took about 30 seconds, Schaefer said. She looked for her things for about 5 minutes before an emergency worker got her and the passengers out. She found herself on the freeway, staring at the wreckage. That surreal moment hasn't left her, Schaefer said, and very little seems to help, not talking or responding to constant messages from friends asking if she's okay. No matter how many times you talk through it, it doesn't feel more concrete, she said, sitting in the passenger side of her mom's car, a white legal pad on her crossed legs and a black pen in her right hand. I guess my goal is to feel a little more sure, a little more steady, she said. As the two drove, Otten asked her daughter about the accident. About an hour into the trip, they passed a stopped freight train. Otten looked to her right and said, "Drive your train the speed limit, please." "Choo-choo responsibly," Schaefer said, and her mom chuckled. Schaefer doodled on her notepad along the way. First, a piece of grass. A bird, a baby with an absurdly long neck. A face, some flowers. She flipped a page, the rain stopped. There were blue patches of sky, and the sun came in and out. It took about 2 hours to get to the overpass where Amtrak 501 derailed. As they got closer, Otten asked before each overpass if that was the right one. Schaefer was on her third page of doodles. Suddenly, they were there. There were cranes near the overpass and dozens of heavy-duty machines. Otten slowed down and parked by the side of the freeway, and the two women got out. Schaefer started walking toward the overpass with her mom behind her, when a state trooper about 100 yards away shouted and started walking toward the women. They had to leave. It was dangerous to stop because the car could get hit or others would see them and try to do the same thing, they were told. They got back into the car. She felt foolish, Schaefer said. "Well, can't force epiphanies or breakthroughs," she said, looking at the road, her ink-stained fingers stroking her chin. "When you're ready to receive it, it will come," Otten said, looking over at her daughter as they made their way to the next exit to turn around and go home.